Oh, sorry.
Guy's literally still standing in
I
front
can
of
ask my
him.
mom.
He's just like,
Oh, your dad. That's weird.
okay.
Oh, do you need me to close?
But maybe if you talk to Yale, they'll refund $100. Get whatever money.
I mean, you could have.
Is it recording? Yeah.
Because they covered it like the line and stuff, whatever. They don't have to charge us right now. And but then you could request like a special thing, but my dad.
Oh, I thought you were flying on your own.
I saw that this.
What's the countdown to the night test?
I'll talk about it.
I just tried green tea.
Oh. The funny thing is, they say chai green tea. Yeah, exactly. The Hindi word for chai is tea. So you're basically saying tea, green tea.
Tea latte, latte.
Tea latte. That's so stupid. Why do they call it chai?
They're trying to be cool, but they don't know. It's just an ignorance.
Who are you?
Chai latte and tea is just tea in general.
Why is my brother?
Latte.
Right.
No latte.
I open it and like, oh no.
Guys, gentle mocking time. Ms. Reining. Okay, because no, now comes the joke. Because Ms. Reining just finished saying, I like to learn new stuff every day.
Ow.
Oh, come on, that's a great gag. That's a great gag. Oh, come on. You guys have no sense of humor.
That hurts.
Every day, and then he wrote his dad on the board. That's what happened.
2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, Ordaz, are you keeping up with your work?
Yes.
You are? Okay. And make sure you turn in your graded test, please. Guys, I'm sharing with you what the agenda for next week is. Tentatively, I'm planning on holding observe the singular, semester final next week. Okay? The only reason I said is students last year, some students last year requested like, oh, I did not do very well on this one, so can I retake it? I don't want one test to completely devastate your grades, so I'll offer a re-final if you want, but you'll get a first exposure. So here's what will happen, is you guys know the FRQs are like hit or miss, like whatever. There's nothing I can practice except like the take home, whatever. We do enough hard questions in class. So I'm going to spend time, so I'm letting you know what the agenda is for those who care and who can make it. We're having a study session on Tuesday. The consequences, you don't get any Tuesday homework for those of you who attend. Okay, we're doing only multiple choice. Oh, thank you. For those of you unable to attend, you will get homework and you have to do the multiple choice on your own if you want to do well. And the final, I'm strongly thinking about holding on Wednesday. Okay, so we'll have the final on Wednesday after school. For those of you who cannot make it for whatever reason, we'll make alternate arrangements. Like, can I come here? Can I come this time? But the only thing is I want you to have an exposure. How does it work after school for the entire AP exam? Like doing it under time conditions, correct? I want to get it out of the way. I want to give you an exposure sooner rather than later. The first 2 years, I'm just letting you know what I did. First 2 years, I would hold the semester fund the week before. But students told me that can be very stressful. I don't want to stress you out, so because the joke is, yeah, it's still stressful, you know. So I'll work around it. If you say I can't make it Wednesday, I can make it Thursday, I will stay for you on Thursday. All right. But otherwise, right now, even AB, we're taking it on Wednesday after school. But AB study session is on Monday. Is that clear? So feel free to attend that one. Whatever, you learn. We'll do other different MCQs. There'll be overlaps, right? So that's my tentative schedule for next week. If you have any questions, concerns, send me an email, send me a text, whatever. Yeah. But I want you. We've done a lot of questions. Yeah. So that's the general schedule. Stay with me. So yeah. So the weekend you'll have an FRQ, and Monday you'll have an MCQ. Okay. So you're saying like you'll get practice for the final. So weekend we'll do an FRQ. Monday we'll do an MCQ. Tuesday study session, and then Wednesday you take it. Everybody okay there? Tentatively, that's the agenda. Let's get some practice, please. We'll do more practice. Today we are on 2009. We're on 2009. I said this yesterday. If you are attentive to Google Classroom, yesterday I'm formally saying this. There are occasions when students don't do the homework the same day. But if I want to enhance my teaching, I kind of have to, because me and Mazu are having this conversation, I kind of want to address a couple of questions on yesterday's homework. But see if this is fair to everybody. So I'm going to discuss especially one problem. If for a reason you said, okay, this weekend I was going to catch up on that one. Okay, I got home late and this weekend I was going to catch up. You cannot give yourself points on that problem. Is that fair? Because I'm going to be discussing. You cannot give yourself point on that particular problem. But first I want to discuss a general concept. And I was telling Mazu, this sort of question is going to start appearing. Now, I do not know if this is on your final. Like, hey, wait a second, are you smiling there? So it's on the final? No, I do not know. I totally do not know if this is on your final. But this concept will start appearing on your take-home test, which is this. Just sketch this table till only about 3. I just want a little bit only till 3. Okay? Do not write people. You can put gallons. Okay, it's like water in a tank. Okay, we're just doing water in a tank. Repeat. You can copy down hours, L of T, you can put gallons per hour, gallons. Okay, write it down, Mr. Wynn. And then only till 3, please. Only till 3. I'm not interested in the entire table. I don't need to say this, but I'm saying this to be best prepared. You want to get practice on your homework. Okay, so make sure you're all caught up with anything you have missing. All right. Here's the background. Here's the context. I'm letting you know. Say L of T is the rate of change. Oh, sorry. Better still, rate at which water enters the tank. Okay. And then I'm picking it up from part D. Okay. Kind of. Let R of T, I'm writing out a function, let R of T be 550 T, e to the power of negative T over 2. And I'm defining it for you. I'm not getting it from the question. I just got the function from the question. I'm defining R of T is the rate at which water is leaking from the tank. Again, this is dedicated to Ms. Marzu because I'm using leaking deliberately, okay? All right, and let's define as usual, like A dash of T. Oh, okay, stop. Discussion first. What's L of T really? Read it. What's L of T really? Is that the entering function actually? But this is me sharing with you. They can weird you out by using different letters. But we will redefine. That's our entering function. And what's R of T really? That's the L of T function. I'm just sharing with you terminology. They can use weird letters that you're not comfortable with. And I'm saying redefine them. That's okay. The AP will accept it as long as you redefine them. And then I'm just giving you this information. I'm not defining it, but I'm giving you this information. Let A of 0 be, say, 400 gallons. And we also know that A dash of T is E of T minus L of T. Everybody okay there? Okay, we have never done a problem like this before. Okay, we've never done a problem. Some of you are thinking, no, we have. No, we have not. My question to you is, find A of 3. How many gallons are there in a tank at 3 hours? So tell me what to write. Equals A of 0, integral 0 to 3, which is minus, and put your pencils down. Okay, look at everything given. Look at everything given. Look down. Okay, look down. Look at everything given. I repeat what I said. We have never done a problem like this before. Someone tell me why. Observe what we have and tell me why. Some of you are like, no, Rama, we've done a billion of these. No. Not using this given information. Mr. San Diego.
They didn't give us the EOT.
Thank you. He smartly says they haven't given us the E of t function. What have they given instead? A table. So what's this? Again, I'm letting you know you'll start seeing questions like this. So usually that's a function, that's a function. Is that a table and a function? So what's this? I'm going to separate them. They're not really linked. I'm going to separate them. So what's this? So A of 3 equals, by the way, A of 0, was it 400?
Yes.
Plus, okay, if you understood what I'm trying to get across, what am I writing? Integral 0 to 3 E of t dt operator minus integral 0 to 3 L of t dt. Okay, nobody speaks. I'm giving you thinking time. What might I do using the table? I can use a, say that loudly, Riemann sum. Is that clear? Is it understood? They must have specified the Riemann sum. So make a note to yourselves. That can be obtained using a Riemann sum. Whereas that is simply a, is that a calculator problem? Just make a note. That's a calculator problem. Put your pencils down so we can talk about it a little more. So this is me sharing with you. They may not give a function explicitly as a function notation. Is that clear? They can give it to me as a table. Let's see who's clever. They could also give me E of t or L of t as a graph. I love this girl. Look at the board. If they give us a graph, isn't that the area under the curve? And we're good to go. Alright? So I was telling the class, my AB kids and my other ABC class this. I just came up with that scenario. That, have I told you that I go home with severe backache every day? Because of all the back patting I do. Oh my God, that's a work of genius. I just made another crazy problem that I can find the area under a graph and find E of t and L of t. That's just, I don't know you guys. This is true, but in IM3 I told this, and even last year in AB, Ms. Rios and Ms. Marzuk remember that I am unable to look at myself at a mirror anymore. Really, like the glare is blinding. Yeah, I just came up with that crazy scenario. Okay, now let's discuss another problem, please. Okay, and so these were on yesterday's homework. That problem, if you did not get to, you're still safe to do. You can give yourself full credit. I have not revealed anything. But this one, you really, even if you attempt it, I strongly recommend you attempt it. You should not give yourself points for B and C because I'm going to give the game away. All right? Let's read it together, please. Okay, let's read it together, please. You don't need to write anything yet. Okay, I'll guide you. It says, oil is leaking from a pipeline on the surface of a lake and forms an oil slick whose volume increases at a constant rate of 2,000 cubic centimeters per minute. Repeat, whose volume increases at a constant rate of 2,000 centimeter cube per minute. In general, so what are they giving us? Just that. Whose volume is increasing at the rate of. So what are they giving us? 2,000 equals. Exactly. So last week, remember, Friday was the day I got my concussion. So I called and I wasn't here Friday. It's like the 1 week anniversary of my concussion. That's pretty stupid. 1 week anniversary. Like I'm going on a picnic. It's like, okay, wow. It's like when girls, you start a new relationship. It's like you start celebrating all kinds of days. That's the 1 week anniversary. Jose, it's been 1 week we've been together. It's the 2 week anniversary. The 1 month anniversary. And girls being girls, the 3 month. The guy's like, I don't care about 3 months. For me, Jose, we've been together 3 months. I just made it up. Jose, we've been together for 3 months. So in the same way, this is the 1 week anniversary of my concussion. Okay, so I discussed this. Oh, I wasn't there. It was the other class. So I made a note. So I gave some notes. So this is one of the things. So, by the way, what's my left-hand side? That's the rate of change of volume. What am I writing? dV over dt? Okay, now I'm repeating my notes. The important concept is this. It is very smart to also understand, can I write that as V dash of t? Because depending on the problem, this may be relevant, not that. And it is very smart to know that. Draw a skull, please. Notation matters. I don't know. I'm letting you know. Moving on, I don't know which is relevant. So I'm just going to be safe. dV over dt or V dash of t. I don't know. Okay, now let's read on. Okay, now we're doing part B. My focus is on part B. Read it with me. But I'm going to read the context again. All right. So it says, oil is leaking from a pipeline on the surface of a lake and forms an oil slick whose volume increases at a constant rate of 2000 centimeter cubes per minute. I'm going to pick it up from B. A recovery device, oh, to be clear, A and B are separate. So I'm focusing on B. So you can still do A and get full credit, but you can't get credit. B and C go together. So B says a recovery device arrives on the scene and begins removing oil. The rate at which oil is removed is given by that function, where T is the time in minutes since the device began working. And the question says oil continues to leak. That's still true. Oil continues to leak at the rate of 2000 centimeter cube per minute. Find the time at which the oil slick reaches its maximum volume. Here's why this question was complicated. Let's do the easy stuff. So read that question, read that sentence again. If you need to, what are they giving you there really? L of T. So write it down. So L of T is basically their R of T, which is 400 radical T. Okay, now comes the big reveal. Now keep in mind, oil is leaking at the rate of 2000. What's that? Louder? You're right, say that loudly. It's the entering function. Nobody speaks. Why is that the entering function? Nobody speaks. Because some students are confused. Rama, isn't that the oil leaking? Mr. Bunches says, no, that's actually the entering function. The question is why? Thank you. If oil is leaking out of the pipeline, isn't that actually creating an oil slick that is increasing? That's the entering function. And the reason I'm spending so much time discussing this concept is this. Just because it says leaking, you think, oh, that's leaving there. No, it's leaving the pipeline. But it's forming the oil slick. So my larger point is context matters. Is that clear? So Bunchen smartly says, no, that's actually the entering function. Write this down, please. So entering function is 2000. Even. It's fine. Now the problem is easy. Okay, so is A dash of T basically E of T minus L of T? Okay, old rules. Just 30 more seconds. I want the maximum. Do I need endpoints and critical points? Okay, smart kids. We were not given endpoints. Therefore, we should only focus on the critical points. Is that clear? Another smart thing, everybody. The AP requires work. Okay, you can do this by hand. I can set them equal to 0, right? E minus L equal to 0. Okay. So the AP wanted explanation. Look at the board, please. You may say, how do I prove? Rama, how do I prove it's a maximum? Because I may do it on a calculator. And if you read the rubric, you need to read my notes. They wanted a bogus number line. I've talked about it before. So they were okay if you had A dash of T and just do T equals 25. That's the answer, by the way. Is it supposed to be a maximum? You can give yourself the points. For the justification. Like, how am I justifying it's going to be a maximum? Just make a bogus number line. Because what work will you show? For those of you who say, I don't know what you're talking about. Remember, I don't have endpoints and critical points to compare. Well, the relative maximum will be the absolute maximum. Write this down, please. Again, in the absence of endpoints, the relative max or min or max, is basically equal to the absolute min and max. And you can actually do a number line and take test values and prove that is going to be true. That is going to be true. Okay. Now we're formally starting today's lesson. Okay. We'll do in the other class we did this problem in like maybe 5 minutes. Okay, let's time ourselves. So like 47, 48, alright? Copy down the function, please. We'll spend 5 minutes on this problem, not more. Stay with me, do not fall behind. It says x squared plus 2x plus y4 plus 4y equals 5. At this stage of our lives, is A a waste of our time? Everybody is able to do dy over dx. Let's discuss B, please. Okay, now keep in mind we know A. Alright? Read B, please. Write the... So what do we need? Do we know the point? Do we know the slope? Are we good? Is B also a waste of our time? Can we move on? Okay, let's focus on C, please. I want to spend time on the hardest problems. Focus on C. Read it with me. Find the... Look at me. This one. Coordinates. Find the coordinates of the 2 points on the curve where the tangent line Therefore, we should. Okay, go ahead and do the algebra. Go on. I'll pick it up 2 steps down. Mr. Villafuerte, help the class. What are we doing? So dy by dx is equal to 0. Why? Vertical tangent means dy by dx is equal to 0. Mr. Dan, what are we doing? Why? The vertical tangent has what slope? There you go. You said the bottom equal to 0. Do the algebra. Again, it's there in the Bible. Set the bottom equal to 0 for vertical tangent. So y equals -1. Read the question. Does that answer the question? What do I do with this information? Okay, do it. Hint. It says find the points on the curve. X squared plus 2x plus minus equals x squared plus 2x. That's not useful. Minus. You're making mistakes. Careful. Minus 8 equal to 0. I thought you said 3.
Initially.
Oh, okay. I thought you said equal to 8, and I said that's not useful. If you write equal to 8, that's not useful. Solve. X equals. No, solve it. -4 and. Read the question. Does that answer the question? How do I answer the question? -4, -1, and comma. That answers the question. Make sure you answer the question asked. Not difficult. Okay, read D, please. Read D. Stay with me. Okay, read it with me. It says, is it possible for this curve to have a horizontal tangent at points where it intersects the x-axis? Now I'm sharing with you the value of reading the grading rubric. You had this problem not in the last FRQ, but the day before that. If you're not studying the rubric, you may have lost points. I'm okay with that. But it is smart to study so that's what happened. So let's see how many of you are either studying or just sharp enough to figure that out. So I'm letting you know, I'm going to give you a hint. I'm letting you know there are 2 pieces of information embedded over there. All of you will get 1. But look carefully. Look at the entire sentence. There are 2 pieces of information I know. It says, is it possible for this curve to have a horizontal tangent where it intersects the x-axis? So what 2 pieces of information they're actually giving us? Write something down. Don't read it 5 times. You should be writing. You should be processing some information. Ms. Rios, give me 1 piece of information. No, do anything. Either. I'll accept either.
It's telling you to set the top equal to 0.
If the, just stare at it. If the top is equal to 0, louder. X equals -1. Everybody okay there? Okay, we're not done yet. We can't solve the problem yet. What is the other piece of information they're actually giving us? Shh! I'm giving you thinking time. Mr. Huynh. Smart kid. Take the ball and run. Therefore, what should be true?
Y equals 0.
Can you give him a big hand, please? Alright? You have to use information they give you. It intersects the x-axis, so you're thinking, so what should be true? Y is equal to 0. Now we have something going on. Otherwise, I don't have enough information. Thank you, Donzo. Read the question. Is it possible for this curve? What do I do with this information? Plug it in. Do it and answer the question. Yes or no. The answer will just magically show up. Use the information given. Yes or no? So make sure you write down, no, it is not possible. Again, for those of you not aware, we're just plugging this into the equation, see if it's true or false. Confirm, you get 1 minus 2 equals 5. Yes? So say, no, it is not possible. But what I was just 1 second, Mr. Sarkozy. But what I was showing you was to get information from the. Yes, go on.
Would the explanation like ask us to say like it's just not a point on the function or?
No, you're right. So, yes, you're right. Technically, the entire sentence. It is not possible for this curve to have a horizontal tangent at point. But I'm almost certain it's not possible. Kind of understood. All that you're saying is not possible. But yes, you're being precise. Yes. All right. Let's move on, please. Let's do. By the way, this is the first question on the AB exam. That was in the BC exam. So any question on the AB exam is fair game. So I'm discussing the AB problem. All right. If you want to label it. Okay, read the question with me, please. Read the question with me. The radius, at a certain height, a tree trunk has a circular cross-section. Keep that in mind, please. That's important for the problem. Stay with us, Hanson. Okay, the radius r of t of that cross-section grows at a rate modeled by that function. Take that down. Okay, so they're talking about a cross-section of a tree trunk. Oh, this is right. What happened to my pen? It just vanished. Oh, bloody hell. What happened to my pen, guys?
Is it under the eraser?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you. dr/dt equals 1/16, 3 plus. Oh, by the way, to be clear, this was a calculator problem. You're allowed a calculator. Measured in? It's important. It's important. All right? Okay, read on with me. Read on with me. For t between 0 to 3, where time is measured in, okay, keep that in mind. At t equal to 0, the radius is 6 centimeters. Write something down. Okay, only a very small fraction will do it properly the way I am doing it. Okay, fix what you wrote. Watch what I'm writing. Okay, because most of you may have written small r. How many of you wrote small r? Okay, fix it. It's important because they're helping you radius measure in capital R. It matters. Because look at the board, please. Look at the board. 2 steps down. Assuming you're solving the problem, and you say dr of d or something like that. Oh yeah, so dr. And you're thinking, but I know the capital R. How do I find that guy? It's going to confuse some of you. Okay, so be consistent, please. Capital R of t. All right. It says the area, pay attention please, they're helping you with notation. The area of the cross section is denoted as A of t, is that clear? Okay, party, a gimme problem. It says, write an expression involving an integral for capital R of t between 0 to 3. It is not a trick question. Ms. Hanson.
Equals r of 0 plus integral 0 to dr.
Very good. She smartly figures out, guys, look at the board. She does processing in her mind. She says, r dash of t, isn't that dr over dt? Please be alive of different notations. Dr over dt. Dt, correct? I hope that's okay. The operator is dt, yes? Eunice? Okay, let's read on, please. She's going to graduate 4 years later at Yale. I'm like, make sure you write the operator. She's like, leave me alone now. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay, let's read on, please. It says, use your expression to find r of 3. By the way, what's r of 0? 6 plus integral 0 to 3 and then 1/16. Relax, your calculator is handling that. But I'm just showing the work. Easy. Gimme. Okay, have a look at B, please. Everybody, read B with me. B says, find the rate at which the cross-sectional area A of t is increasing at time t equal to 3. So interpret the left-hand side. So what am I looking for initially at least? Nobody speaks. I'm giving you thinking time. It is not a trick question. Mazu, where's Marquez?
She had to leave.
She has a what?
She had to leave.
Oh, okay. Again, it says find the rate at which the area is increasing. Ms. Baba.
The area of the
Can you get a big hand, please? Again, it's just rate over the area is increasing. Is that just d over dt? I'm not. Again, this is okay. How many of you, if any, did this? Anybody do that? No, but careful. Remember, there's a problem. If you do this, I'm just letting you know, if you do this, you're likely to run into issues because of this reason. If you do it correctly, or at least write this down. If you do it correctly this way, this tells you that it is a related rates problem. See, it's a related rates problem. Okay, let's finish the problem. So if it is a related rates problem, I need a hint. What's the shape of that? So A equals, okay, watch. Small things matter. Yes? Small things matter. Oh, okay, once I'm in a relationship, I just find the, okay, look down. Therefore, dA over dt equals 2 pi r, right? 2 pi r, dr over dt. Okay, read the question. At what time? Okay, watch my calculus notation. Watch my notation. T equal to 3, t equal to 3, t equal to 3. Okay, put your pencils down now. Let's see if we have this or how we found this. Do I need the radius of the tree? Radius of the tree at 3 years? Oh, okay. Revelation. Romero says, oh, do we have that? Please be alive. Do we discuss questions like this every day now? He's like, look, that's from part A, so make a note. That's from part A. From A. Isn't it kind of cute? The AP always like leads you to it. You just have to be alert to what's given. And then look at the information we have. I need dr over dt at t equal to 3. Therefore, I can simply plug it in. Everybody else again. Just make a note to yourself. That's the calculator. That's from a calculator. It's a gimme. Read B again. Have we answered B completely? Read B completely again. Indicates units of measure. We used to do this all the time in the first semester. Look at me. Oh my God. Sandy, look here, man. He's looking at the board. I'm no longer on the board, remember? Okay. What are my units? I'm helping you. Right? Shh. What are my units? Hint area. Therefore, centimeter square per year. Not difficult. Okay, we're discussing C. Another gimme problem. Read it with me. It says, evaluate, write that down. Evaluate 0 to 3 a dash of t dt. Oh. So, what's that expression then? Tell me what to write, Mr. Fernando. A of 3 minus A of 0. Everybody okay there? But we need to find it, right? Do we have a relationship for A? Okay, let's find it. Watch. So A of 3 equals, okay, I'm going to make a mistake. Catch my mistake. Okay, I'm going to make a mistake. Catch my mistake. Pi, what's the mistake? I'm being a better teacher in your class. I should have made this mistake in my other classes. I just figured out I should have made that mistake. What's this? I'm making a mistake. Who can correct me? Nobody speaks. Mr. Budget.
It's a function. T is not like the R, so you should really plug it into R.
Very smart. Can you give him a big hand, please? He says smartly, that's not R. Did everybody understand that? Is that kind of tempting though? It's very tempting. That's T. So he says, no. So I'm going to correct my notation. We really need R of 3. Very good, Eunice. We need R of 3 squared. Oh. Do we have R of 3? We totally have R of 3. Make a note. Part A. We totally have R of 3. Okay, what is the other thing we need? A of 0. If you understood it. So what should I write now? Pi. Oh. And what's R of 0? Look at all the information. Wasn't it 6? They gave you. So is that just 36 pi? And just make a note that's plugging in here. Plug it in here, plug it in here. I'll give you the answer. Now, read the question again. Are we done with the problem? It also says, Okay, using appropriate, look at me, I'm doing a Wheel of Fortune girl thing. Using appropriate units, what might units be? Centimeter square. It says interpret that integral in terms of, please pay attention Marzuk, in terms of the cross-sectional area. So write me a sentence, any context you need is over there. So I'll give you a minute. It denotes the fill in the blanks. Be very careful. Look at all the values, 0 to 3. Make sure you use all that information. It is the no rush. Be very, very specific. Again, read the last phrase of the question. In terms of the cross-sectional area. Keep that in mind when you're writing down an interpretation. Okay, Mr. Torres, have a shot.
Denotes the change in.
Okay, perfect. So stop. Don't use the word rate. Like, why are you using rate? What over here tells you rate? Don't use these words magically. It's the rate of change. Why? Why rate of change? Where over here says rate of change? Thank you. So he correctly started by saying change in, continue, change in the
Cross-sectional area.
perfect. Change in the area. Guys, so you could say cross-section area, or could we also say backwards area of the cross-section? Okay, final thing. They would look the other way if you did not write this, but this is nice. Area of the cross-section area of the tree trunk, right? It's the tree. It's not like cross-section area of, okay, this is my dad's head. No, it isn't. It's a tree trunk. Okay, so continue please. It is the change. Perfectly done, Mr. Whatever your name is. I'm kidding, it's Torres. I'm kidding. Okay, write this down please. It is the change in the cross-section area of the tree trunk. Continue between, thank you, between t equals 0 to 3 years, or between 0 to 3 years. Make sure there's 0 and 3. You need to use that information. You're okay, Hanson? Okay. Hanson's like, Okay, write this down please. 2000 BC number 1. Okay, you will sketch that figure please. Just do the outer bounds. Okay, we don't care about the calibrations. Again, we do not care about the scale. Just do the outer bounds. That's all that was relevant. 9 points going. 9 points. All 9. Easy. Okay, write this down please. They say f of x equals, that function is f of x equals 20 sine pi x over 30. And they did you to use a slang, a solid. They actually calculated the derivative. We could totally do that. They actually did that for us. So write down f dash of x is 2 pi over 3 cos pi x over 30. So they gave it to you. Okay, let's read this together, so you understand what the context of the problem is. Read it with me, please. It says, a baker is creating a birthday cake. The base of the cake is the region R. In the first quadrant under the graph, y equals f of x, 0 to 30. Can you see a mathematical baker? It's like, yeah, I'm a mathematical baker. 5'10", region R, and I'm going to make a cake with that sine function, with that shape. It's a mathematical baker. I graduated from Berkeley. Yeah, that's all right. I bake cakes like that. Okay, anyway, moving on. It says both x and y are measured in centimeters. The region R is shown in the figure above. The derivative is given. Is that clear? Now part A. Now pay close attention. It's important. Part A says the region R, do something by the way. The region R is actually cut out from a 30 centimeter by 20 centimeter rectangular sheet of cardboard. Observe why those numbers are magic numbers. And the remaining cardboard is discarded. Do something. Observe what's going on. What's the significance of 30 centimeters by 20 centimeters? And it's a rectangular sheet of paper. Okay, let's make fun of a kid who lacks an imagination. Okay, Rama, 30 centimeters or 20 centimeters, I got it. Guys, what? So 30 centimeters, 20 centimeters, got it. I understand what's going on. So find the discarded area. Totally. He lacks imagination. This is a gag that I only did in your class. It just occurred to me. Okay, check here. This is what is going on, yeah? All right? And okay, let's read the question again. The question says, so you have a cardboard like sheet of paper and you bake a cake over it. And it says, what is the area of the discarded region? Shade the region we're interested in. What's the area of the discarded region? And check your answer against the board. Yeah? All right. It's stupidly simple. So let's write something down. Okay, in the other classes, because we have 4 classes, we've discussed 2 ways to do this problem. Take maybe about 30 seconds if you need to, write something down. So I need that shaded area. How do we always do this? So we came up with 2 ways to do the problem. Oh, I should be writing there. I should be writing there. Okay, Mr. Ariano, have a shot.
A equals 600.
Very smart. Where is he getting 600 from? Is that the rectangle? And he's going to take the cake away. All right. So 600 minus
0 to 30.
0 to 30.
F dash.
Why f dash? That's f of x.
Yeah, F of X.
Yeah? F of x? We're good? No reason to use a derivative? It's just a function. F of x dx. So this fellow said, oh, they gave me f dash. Let's use it. Let's use it. If they had, okay, gentle mocking time. For whatever reason, the question also gives you this. Mr. Ariano, so 600 minus 0 to 30, log of sine of radical f of x. But why? They gave it to me. I think I should use it. I don't know. I think I should use it. Alright, write on method 2, please. I'm just kidding, Ariana. Okay, nobody speaks. Someone tell me just a straightforward do the problem. Ms. Marzu. Integral from 0 to 30. Guys, she's just using our general principles. Do we just do top minus bottom? Go for it. 20 minus. Did you see how elegant that method is? Just top minus bottom. dx. Ouch. Okay. Guys, let's have this discussion. Look at the board, please. There was a kid in my other class. Put your pencils down. Look at the board, please. There's a kid in the other class who asked me, Rama, should I break the integral at 15? Convince yourselves, I don't need to. Look at that figure. I don't need to break up the integral. But is 20 always higher than the curve? Is 20 a tangent to the curve? Are we kind of good to go? For those of you who see, it's not very obvious to me. From 0 to 15, is that 20 minus f? There is no area there. We're okay. We're safe. And then 20 minus f. Is that clear? So there's no reason to break it up. Don't get me wrong. You can totally break it up. You like breaking up cakes? Go for it. You like breaking up relationships? Go for it. But otherwise, you don't need to. All right? We'll do part B, please. Stay with me. Okay, read B with me. Read B with me. It says, the cake is a solid with base R. Cross sections of the cake, perpendicular to the x-axis, are semicircles. Remember, mathematical baker. It was a mathematics. I'm going to make semicircles. Jose, you're working for a very long time. Leave me alone, mama. Making semicircles, each cross section is a semicircle. Okay. It says, the cake is a solid base R. Cross sections of the cake, perpendicular to the x-axis, are semicircles. If the baker uses 0.05 grams of unsweetened chocolate for each cubic centimeter of cake, what are they talking about? Volume. How many grams of unsweetened chocolate will be in the cake? So what should we find first? The volume, so we can find out how much chocolate you use. So let's write a volume function. We're doing part B. So V equals, hint, semicircle. Pi over 8, integral, 0 to 30, f of x square dx. But we're not done. The question says, the baker uses 0.05 grams, for those of you not aware. Technically, that's centimeter cube, right? Volume, units. He uses 0.05 grams of unsweetened chocolate for each centimeter cube of cake. So how much unsweetened chocolate will he use in all? What do we just do? But yeah, guys, stop. Work. Amount of unsweetened, because otherwise, like, it's just a stupid number. What is that number? Amount of unsweetened chocolate is 0.05 times, what is it? V? In grams, okay, that's in grams. Guys, the AP was very strict on this problem. If by mistake, look at the board, please, this is important. If by mistake you wrote sweetened chocolate, they mark you down for it. Because I'm kidding, totally kidding. That is a gap. If your chocolate is actually sweet, they said that's a different baker, different thing going on. We want unsweetened chocolate, but you should have seen your reaction. It didn't matter. Yeah, I'm feeling loser. So guys, should I come drunk then? Should I? I totally should. All right, part C. Okay, part C. Part C says, oh, we did this yesterday, you're seeing it again. It says find the perimeter of the base of the cake. Look at your shape, please. So P equals, what am I writing down immediately? 30, the base of the cake, plus, the rest of it is a figure, right? F of x. Integral, 0 to 30, radical, 1 plus, and what did they give us? Ariano, that's why they gave it to us. That's why they gave that. They already did the math for you. Parentheses, 2 pi over 3 cos pi x over 30 square dx. Is that clear? Okay, guys, gentle mocking time. This is what Ariano is writing for this problem. Plus 0 to 30, radical 1 plus f of x squared. The wrong one. Didn't they give us f of x also? That one. Okay, not difficult at all. Okay, I want to make sure I do the series problem. Okay, have a look at, let's do number 6. Again, not difficult at all. You can get pretty much all 9 points. If you're just alert, you can get all 9 points. I hope at this stage, most of you, I'm really trying to inspire you and motivate you. I hope at this stage, most of you are not afraid of series problems. Not anymore, right? For the most part, just follow instructions. But can you follow directions? Okay? Copy down the function, please. All of it. Copy down all of it. Okay, part A. Be alive. Okay, be alive. Don't speak yet. Find the interval of convergence of F. And you observe. Louder. I love you. She smartly says, it's a geoseries. It's a waste of your time. Because, guys, everybody, I'm giving you a powerful tip. This is really true. In the series questions, there are always tricks involved. Can you see that's 4 parts? Convince yourself, if I have to do ratio doesn't all that checking, you're like, my God, I'm going to exceed the time limit, man. So they cleverly gave you an easy geoseries problem, like if you were alert. So make a note. So we observe that f of x is a geoseries. Make a note. They wanted you to clearly state that. Here's why. Read the second sentence. What does the second sentence say? Justify. Okay, I can do what I'm doing because it's a geoseries. What is the convergence for just for geoseries? No, silly girl. We're just doing interval of convergence. The inside should be, and what's the common ratio? X plus 1 should be less than 1. Okay, tell me the interval of convergence. Look down. Finish it. -2 to 0. Now, I'm making sure you understand the concept. Do I need to check for endpoint convergence? No, not because we observed it's a geoseries. Don't rush into ratio tests all the time. Look at the, okay. We'll do part B, please. Read it with me. The power series above is the Taylor series of f about x equals -1. Okay, obviously, yeah, x equals -1. Read it with me, please. It says, find the sum of the series. And why can we totally do that? Have we done problems like this during school? Yeah. 105, 104, 105, 106. Okay, so S infinity equals, now keep in mind that's f of x, right? That's f of x. That's f of x. What am I writing? Okay, a over 1 minus r, which is 1 over minus parentheses. Thank you. Simplify, tell me what your final answer is. Final answer? Is it negative 1 over x? Move the negative to the top, yeah? Okay, now careful. Okay, Mr. Soto answered this because he's brilliant. But he was alive. Okay, let's see if you are as alive as he is. Part C says, let g of x be the function. Write it down. It's the integral. So we're doing part C. Part C says, g of x is the integral from negative 1 to x f of t dt. It says, find the value of g of negative 1 half. So g of negative 1 half will be integral from negative 1 to negative 1 half f of t dt. Don't plug in negative 1 half there. No, that's just a function. Okay, who's alive? Who's alive? Okay, go on. Anyone? What am I writing for f of t? Louder? Anyone? So I will integrate. Sorry, I will integrate. Yeah, go on.
You have this from B, or yeah, you have the sum.
And which was?
Negative.
Can you give it a very big hand, please? No, I need lusty applause. I need lusty applause. Because, guys, watch this. Remember I said be alive. She was alert and she says the power series of f, find the sum of f. She realized, look at me, that sum is f. So when we found negative 1 over x in part B, look at part B, look at part B. Isn't that f of x? We attempted, I'm just letting you know, we attempted writing that and trying to integrate. It got crazy. It got absolutely crazy. And Mr. Soto correctly immediately said, Rama, that's negative 1 over x. I was hoping one of the students will point that out. She says, of course, she's like whispering, we have the sum. F of t is the sum. So make a note. Now it's an absurdly ridiculously easy problem. Is that just negative 1 over x? Because what's the integral of negative 1 over x? Negative ln x. Lower limit, absolute value. Lower limit, upper limit, negative 1 half. Very easy problem. I'm not going to waste my time doing it, but that's how easy the problem was. We have, again, read it carefully to see what just happened. The power series of f, find the sum of f, which is, we found the infinite sum, and that's basically that guy. We found f of x is nothing but negative 1 over x. Okay? So that's what, yeah. Okay, now we're doing part D. We're on the last problem. We're doing part D. Okay, I'll show you two ways to do this problem. It says, let h be the function. Repeat. Let h be the function f of x squared minus 1. This problem is dedicated to Eunice. This was there on your series test. The question says, find, yes? Yeah, I have a good memory. I don't forget anything. Because once I read your solutions, I just download all the errors. It says, find the first three non-zero terms and the general term of the Taylor series. Remember, so I just replace x with x squared minus 1. Miss Hanson, we know the f of x series. We do know the f of x series. So it's simply 1 plus just x squared. Everybody okay there? For those of you who don't get it, is that x squared minus 1 plus 1? Okay, careful. The next term will be x to the power of 4. Everybody okay there? The next term will be x to the power of 6. And it says the general term. So obviously, smart kids, look at patterns. Look at patterns. So what will the last term? X to the power of 2n. Okay, not too bad. So we already got a point. Then the question says, find the value of h of 1 half. So I'll show you two ways to do the problem. So here's the long way. First the long way. So what's h of 1 half? Plus 1/4 plus 1/16 plus 1 over 64 plus, huh?
It's just first three numbers.
No, silly boy. We're finding f of h of 1 half. Oh my God, Ashley, that's a different question. This is h of 1 half. Yeah, okay, fine. That doesn't affect anything. Okay, it doesn't affect anything. And but what do you observe? It's a geoseries. It's a geoseries. Be alive. It's a geoseries. Therefore, what am I writing? Be alive. What am I writing? Over minus. What's the obvious common ratio? What? Yeah. What are you doing? We're operating this. Why did you go back there? You're doing this. What's the common ratio? Louder? 1/2. Why? 1/4. 1/4 is correct. How do we get 1/4? Yes, we divide this. Don't forget your old concepts. We divide that way. 1/4. So tell me your absolute final answer. Tell me your absolute final answer. What do we get? Negative. Sorry, 4/3? Okay, the answer is 4/3. I'm offering extra, put your pencils down. I'm offering extra credit if you can do that problem much more elegantly. This is not wrong. This is perfectly right. Look at everything we have written on the board. Tell me a very elegant way to find the answer. This is not wrong. This is totally. Everything we need is on the board there. I need h of 1/2. So observe the goal. I need h of 1/2. Okay, Ms. Marzouk.
Can you plug in 1/2
Into h? But that's what we did. What do you mean plug into h? Where? No. Into where? Because h of x is that. If you say plug in 1/2, that's what we did. But I'm asking for a more elegant way. Okay, Miss Dawn.
If we have f.
We know f! We know f. Write this down. Write down method 2. Be alive. She did answer the earlier part. H of 1/2 is nothing but f of. Do it. F of minus 1.
That's what she was saying.
No, I thought no. I think, but you kept saying plug into f. Sorry, plug into h.
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Oh, no. Okay. But then it's a communication issue. If that's what you meant, she did not say, because I said h of 1/2, you said plug into h. Remember your words were, yeah, and then I said, so I'm letting you know how I would have handled it in your place. I'm not trying to scold you, I'm just letting you know it's a communication, because it's a gap. And I said, well, that's h of x when you plug it into half. You should have said, no, Rama, into f then. Above, can you see? For me, if you just say plug into h, I'm like, but I did plug into h. This is h, I'm plugged into h. If you want to say no somewhere else, then tell me somewhere else. So it's 1/2 square, which is that negative 3/4? And according to Ms. Dong, isn't f of x from before negative 1 over x? Therefore, f of negative 3/4 is simply positive 4/5. Very elegantly. But the thing I'm trying to communicate is just be alive of what's given. Just be alive and alert. Alright? Ultimo problema or penultimo problema? Okay, you don't need to sketch that. Don't sketch that. Just write down, this is what g of x stands for. Again, you don't need to copy that down. Okay, copy down g of x. Oh, labeling, write that down please. That was 2009 ABBC 5, in case you're interested. 2009 ABBC 5. Ms. Dong, can you remind me to send this document? Oh, they also gave you, Romero, f of 1 is 2. Okay, they also gave you, Babar, you can ask me later. Okay, they gave me f of 1 is 2, and they give you g of x is e of f of x. I don't want you to spend time sketching it, but just observe that's f dash. Is that clear? That's f dash. Okay, this is a gimme problem. We're doing part A. Stay with me, do not fall behind. Part A says, write the equation of the tangent line at g, for g at x equals 1. So I need point on a slope. I know x equals 1, so what am I finding? I can't hear you. What am I finding? G of 1. Okay, that's basic stuff. You shouldn't have to wait for me. Oh, but what's g of x? Therefore, I need e of f of 1. Oh, and what was f of 1 given to me? If you have not written it down, I pointed out to write this down. Again, f of 1 is 2, and that's g of x. That's the only piece of relevant information. So it's just e squared then. So what's your point? What else do I need? The slope. So I need to find what first? G dash of x. And what's G dash of x? Okay, thank you. Or backwards, e to the power of f of x times f dash of x. Everybody okay there? Therefore, G dash of 1 equals, wasn't that e squared? Times f dash at 1. F dash at 1 is negative 4. So is that negative 4e squared? Can we then write the equation on the line? Okay, let's move on. Okay, look at part B, please. Look at part B. Part B says, for the entire interval, don't get alarmed, that's the entire interval. Find all values of x at which g has a local maximum. So what should we do in general? If g has a local maximum, what must we do? G dash switches from, so let's write that down. So g dash, was it x equals 1? No, generally. So g dash of x should switch from positive to negative. Everybody okay? That's a concept. Oh, don't we already have g dash of x? Let's see what's going on. So g dash of x, which is e of f of x times f dash of x. Okay, now concept kicks in. What do we know? I'm going to scroll up so you can see what's going on. What do we know about that graph? What do we know about that function? It's like me. It's always positive. It's always positive. Now, why am I saying that? Let me speak slowly. For this kind of problem, will we make a number line usually? And you're switching observed change from positive to negative. I'm going to say something profound. If that guy is always positive, does it play any role on the number line then? Because does it not tell you start with positive? Don't we always start with positive anyway? We know that's positive, so that plays no role on the number line. How many of you understand what I'm trying to get at? Now what's this? Once again, to make sure you get it. If that was negative, can you see now that's going to flip everything? So the negative will play a role, but that guy plays no role. And so we say G dash will switch from positive to negative. So I should just focus on, look at the graph. So the relative max is at negative 1. So make a note at x equals negative 1. Since e of f of x is greater than 0 and f dash, you have to write an explanation. Switches from positive to negative. I hope I'm making sense. This alone doesn't answer the question. No, because I'm telling you this is always positive and that guy will switch from positive to negative. Okay? Good. Okay? Therefore the entire function. Okay, let's wrap it up. 2 easy problems. Good news. They already did the product rule for you and found G double dash. Copy that down, please. They already... Okay. You guys can come on in. Okay, copy it on C. They gave you G double dash. Write that down, please. G double dash of x equals e to the power of f of x times f dash of x squared plus f double dash of x. Okay, the question says, stay with me, it's an easy problem. It says, is G double dash of negative 1 positive, negative, or 0? So what should we just do? So e of f of negative 1, f dash of negative 1 square, and f double dash of negative 1. The question says, is this a positive number or a negative number or 0? There's no math required. Okay, first, we're making the same argument. First, what's going on there? What's going on there? Positive. What do we know f dash at negative 1? Read it. F dash at negative 1. Oh, by the way, it's negative 1, not positive 1. F dash at negative 1, is that 0? Well, that's 0 squared. Plus, now careful, slow down. Look at that graph, that's the f dash graph. What do we know about f double dash of negative 1? Louder? I can't hear you. It's negative. Do you understand? I don't care about the value, I just need to know the sign. Is that a negative number? That guy is negative. Therefore, the final SIGN will be negative. Because 0, that's a negative number. Positive times negative, which is a negative number. Okay, ultimo problema. Ultimo parte de Problema del dia. Is that close enough, Miss Romero? She's like, no, you're totally wrong. My mom would have slapped you, but I'm just going to allow it. Your grandma. Her abuela. Okay, it's a gimme problem. It says, find the average rate of change of G dash, which is the derivative of G. So what am I writing? I'm going to interpret it exactly the way it's written. Of minus over. Okay, sidebar. Wait a second. Don't we have an expression of G dash? Okay, let's use it. So G dash of 3 is e to the power of f of 3 times f dash of 3. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay. Nobody speaks. And that value will be 0. Okay, here's why kids got lost. Look at me. Because isn't it kind of cute? You get so obsessed trying to find that guy. You may get stuck trying to find that guy. So, it's just 0. Okay, let's wrap it up. Let's find G dash of 1, which is E of f of 1 times f dash of 1. What's E of f of 1 again? We got E squared. And what's f dash of 1? Negative 4. Can you just plug those in? And we are Riaz, I want to talk to you. Around 4-ish. Yeah, but you just keep up with your work. Because it's not like you're going to be partying for 12 hours a day. You will have.
Are you recording?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but. Yeah, but
How do you not run out of space?